What is cooking today? Well, this is Dr. Deb, Building Healthy Kids. Deb's been here before to help us feed our children with healthier variety of food.
That's
I'm
right.
working on it. It's not easy. It's tough to convince the little ones that
It is.
fruits are good for you and chocolate bars aren't.
It's true. That's why you try and make just one change at a time, so you
One.
don't
Okay,
overwhelm
that's
them.
good advice.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you have this morning for us? This is a chicken fingers over tossed salad. Oh my gosh, I can just
Yes.
try and think about my kids and selling them on this. So what do you got?
Do you think they'd like it?
The chicken fingers, yeah, because they live on those. But
Okay.
over the tossed salad,
But
I
if you
don't
get
know.
some nice creamy dressing and throw it over the top, that's great. And then for dessert, caramel sauce that you dip your apples in.
Now, that
so that's
would
a nice
work.
treat. Yep.
Exactly. No, so you have the whole grain, the breadcrumbs. That's for the. Is there a different way to prepare the chicken fingers as opposed to the ones that I just
Well,
get out of
you
the
either-
box in the freezer?
No, well, yeah. I mean, now there's some really good ones that aren't made with mechanized chicken parts. They're really just real chicken.
Okay.
Nothing but the chicken. So either you can just zap that in the oven, or you can make your own, and it's as easy as just getting the chicken tenders already cut up and dipping them in the breadcrumbs and cooking them
All right.
the night before. And that morning, just throw it in the lunchbox, like these Fit and Fresh ones we have here.
The Fit and Fresh, the fancy lunch box is a
Yes.
great idea. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about more of that and the presentation, I guess we'll call it for the kids, because that's part of the convincing process.
Absolutely.
Right?
You have to make it look
You
good.
do. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Deb. You can
Oh,
find more about this recipe online on our website, foxprovidence.com.
Great.
And to talk about, this is actually really an exciting tool for busy families. You've come up with a way to assess the health of your children. You're a busy,
Absolutely.
active working mom. You want to feed them well, take good care of them. Tell us a little bit about the criteria you used to build this assessment, first of all.
So I took the requirements that the government gave to us, as well as the American Academy of Pediatrics and the American Heart Association.
Okay.
And there's a ton of recommendations. So I broke it up into 12 monthly themes, so that
Okay.
it's easy for a family to follow.
All right.
All you have to do is make one healthy choice at a time.
So I think we actually have, here we go. So we're
Great.
looking at this assessment tool.
Great.
You start out with some basic questions. Tell me some of the questions that they ask.
So exercise, does your child exercise an hour a day?
Mm-hmm.
And we also ask about sedentary behavior. Another theme is about vegetables. How many vegetables do they eat?
Okay.
Do they eat green ones? Is it just starchy vegetables? And this is a free assessment tool.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to put in your email address, and in about 5 minutes, you go through these 12 pages,
Yeah.
and at the end, you'll see, once she scrolls through,
Oh, there
here's
it
the
is.
output. So you really want to focus on those red areas, because that is warning your child is not meeting these requirements.
So give me an example of, let's say you were doing the vegetable one. What would it say in some of the red categories? That they
So-
need more of X, Y, Z?
So
or-
it's individualized output. So it'll say your child is only getting one vegetable a day or none. Why don't you try increasing one a day, adding some salad dressing to it, giving them choices. So
Right.
it's real specific advice for them.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Simple to use, and you have a
Yes.
simple recipe as well to keep
Right.
our kids healthy. We're going to get cooking in the kitchen with Dr. Deb in just a minute.
All right, back in the kitchen this morning with Dr. Deb, Building Healthy Kids. We, Danielle and I, or me, what is it, Danielle and me or Danielle and I?
Danielle and
Danielle.
you. I don't know if I say it. Anyway.
Anyway, we each
Yeah.
have
Both you
three.
guys.
We
Yeah.
both us guys have 3 kids each. So
Wow.
it's tough
It's
to try
tough.
and get them to eat healthy.
We're not going to lie, it is tough. As you know, it's hard to plan and then hard to get them to execute and actually eat it.
That's the hard
So
part.
I love that Dr. Deb has some awesome suggestions to do it one step at a time. Whether it's, like you said, incorporating a little more vegetables one month,
Right.
and the next month you work on something else. And by the end of the year, miracle!
You've
Everyone's
fooled
eating
them.
healthy.
And they're
So-
eating healthy.
Yeah.
That's right. This month is all about fruit. That's all you're
Okay.
going to focus on. And next month, whole grains.
I love that September is all about fruit. What an
Right.
easy month to do it. Apple picking galore,
Absolutely.
you know.
And
so
they can
easy.
see where the fruit actually comes from the tree. It doesn't come already cut up or
Right,
in little
right.
snacky packs in the shape of fish.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So.
Yep. So what do you got? Chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers. So you're right.
Tender
We had
fingers.
this contest, and Meadow came up with this great recipe.
Okay.
So she loves this. So we're going to take some chicken fingers and just cut them up. But you can also get the ones that are already cooked.
Okay.
And just zap them in the oven or the microwave to heat them up a little bit. And then you just bread them yourself. If you can put a little olive oil on that pan, that would be great. So if you want to just make them yourself, teach your child how to cook, because
Okay.
you are teaching them for life, right?
Right.
Just like teaching a child how to fish.
Now, what did you put on there? Is that just breading?
That's just breading. Just
Okay.
came out, you can get whatever brand you want and just bread it. You can add spices to it depending if your kid's like a kick
Probably
or
not. Yeah.
Probably not. So we're just going to bread some of these up, and then we're going to throw them on some lettuce when they're done.
Okay.
So
See,
this is-
lettuce, that's the thing. Lettuce,
Yes.
I mean, It is such a challenge. I don't know about you, Danielle, but to try and get my oldest two, the 7-month-old obviously doesn't eat salad yet, but the older two to eat, have a salad. It's chicken fingers with, I don't know, French fries or potato chips.
They'll have apples, yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard, the salad part of it, but you can sneak it in here.
But thankfully there's ranch dressing or something that you can put on there.
Let them choose their dressing. So a choice is very important for kids. If they have a choice, they're more likely to eat it. If they help put together their lunch, they're more likely to eat it. That's why we use these really fun containers that Fit and Fresh has developed for kids, so they get to learn how to pack their own meal.
Absolutely.
Could you put that in the oven for me, please?
How long does this go in here
for?
for?
So 325 for probably about 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's so nice to have that alternative to like a fried food. You're baking it, so right there, healthier, so that's great.
Right. So every meal, there's 2 essential parts, a fruit and a vegetable.
Okay.
And then the rest you can just have fun with. So in this one, Meadow put together apple slices, which is, real easy to do. You just, you can either take the skin off if your child doesn't like the skin, but try and get them used to that.
Skinning apples, that's all I do.
There's
nothing wrong with the skin or the crust on the bread, kids. You can eat both.
I
mean,
know.
it's not going to hurt you.
But you know what, though?
My 3-year-old's the same.
This is a great side. These are awesome.
Right.
Fat-free caramel
dips.
dips. Yep. So there you go. So that's a nice way to kind of introduce a little sweetening agent to our apples.
Tell us about this real quick, the packaging, because it's all in the packaging.
It is all in the packaging. So this is called Pick and Mix Monsters, and children learn how to build a healthy meal by using this. So when they open up the top, the head of vegetable always goes in the top. And you have your dipping place right here, because kids love to dip, right? Give them their choice. And then the body has the entree, and then the feet is the fruit.
Cool.
So they get to mix it up. So there we go. So, and the last part is the lettuce that we're going to put the cooked chicken fingers on.
Okay.
And there we go. And just put that in there and pack it and go. And remember, last month we talked about being safe when you pack your healthy lunches.
Yeah.
That really makes sure you have enough ice packs in there.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I freeze the juice boxes that you put in there, and that works as like
that's a great idea.
An ice, in there. So,
Right.
Deb, thank you so much for all these great tips, Dr.
Welcome.
Deb.